Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about recreating this look that was inspired / recreation of Morrigan from the video game series Dragon Age. So if you would like to see how I recreated this look, just keep watching. I'm going to use a makeup primer, and the primer that I've been using is the Stila One Step Corrector. It's really cool. It's like 3 different colors. It's a salmon, a lavendery white kind of color, and a green. And basically what it's supposed to do is just counteract any sort of redness, acne scarring, really heavy veins or anything like that. I have pretty deep circles. It's just kind of like a concealer corrector under your concealer and under your foundation, and it really does help. You really don't need much because this stuff is really thick and strong. And it's gonna come out green, but once you work it into your skin, it kind of goes in with your skin. Now, I am obviously very pale, but I really like it, and it's got a nice texture to it. It's not thick or anything, and it's not sticky, but it just really latches onto the makeup and makes it stay all day. And this is especially good if you go to conventions and you're going to be wearing this makeup all day. Really helpful to have some sort of makeup primer. So next I'm going to be going in with concealer. I use the Bareminerals concealer. I'm almost out. I really like this concealer. I think it works really well. Alright, that looks good. Yep, that looks good. The next I'm going to go in with foundation, and you have a couple of options for this. I'm going to be using just straight powder, but if you watched any other YouTuber, not just Cosplay, any other makeup person, a lot of them go in with liquid. I personally don't like liquid. I've tried it before and it just felt really heavy and cakey and really strange. I find that the powder foundations that I use work really well, but you've got to be careful, just like with liquid foundation. If you put too much on, it's going to look really cakey and it's going to crease around your nose, under your eyes. I don't care what kind of setting powder you use, it's going to crease. So what I like to use is the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation. I really like this. I actually got it off of QVC. If you know me in real life, you know that I'm a really big QVC fan, and it was cool. It actually came with a brush and 2 Celebration foundations. I'm just going to swirl my brush around and go to town. I have a couple little patches of like dry skin and like just little bumps under my skin, not necessarily acne, but they're just little bumps, and I find that it doesn't really like stick to them or show them off. And if I remember correctly, this is the Illuminating foundation, or I might be completely wrong. Oh yeah, Celebration Foundation Illumination. It just gives you a really nice healthy kind of glow. Especially me, I'm chronically ill, so I'm always kind of pale and pasty, so for me it looks really nice, and I've worn this for hours on end at a convention, at work, or whatever, and I've never found that it's gotten really oily or gross. So definitely, you know, if you're looking for a good powder foundation, I really highly recommend this. Or I was using just the standard Bareminerals foundation, the powder one, and I really like that too. Okay, cool. So we're done with the face, and then I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because I'm going to start on the eyebrows and the eyes. Alright, so next is the eyebrows, and you have a couple of different options for this. You can go the powder route, you can go the kind of more heavy pencil route that some people do. Either or is fine. When I did my Marion Hot cosplay this year, I did a combination of powder and kind of like a heavier pencil. I'm not even sure what it was. It might have actually been eyeliner. What I'm going to be using is probably a palette that I would say any cosplayer who likes makeup, really anybody who likes makeup, but any cosplayer who does makeup should have this palette. It's the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. It is awesome. It comes with all the shades that you need as a cosplayer. You know, most cosplays are not outlandish makeup, like bright colors, and it just comes with everything that you need. Just everything that you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little spoolie because my eyebrows are a bit wild. I like to have really nice full natural eyebrows. Sometimes for cosplay that's not always the most ideal. I just think for my eye shape it helps. So I'm just going to go in and start filling that in. She has black hair, so I'm going to go with black eyeshadow. You're just going to go in and fill your brows in, and you can do this however you like. And don't worry if it's a little messy. So I've got one eyebrow done, and I'm going to do the other. Alright, looks like the eyebrows are done, and now I'm just going to go in with a small brush and a little bit of my concealer and just kind of go around the edges and clean them up. This is really, really helpful, especially if you don't normally always fill in your brows. I've been filling in my brows for a while, but it still really helps to go around the edges because it kind of cleans up the edges and really makes them nice and crisp. So basically what I just like to do is go around the edges. I usually have like a really big mirror that I'm working on, so if I look like really unsteady, sorry. And then make sure you blend out the edges of the concealer because it's not going to look super cute if you don't do that. So I'm just going to go back in really quickly and clean up a couple of the spots that I came up a little too high on with the concealer. And like I said, it's really not a big deal. Just go back in, and there we go, and the eyebrows are done. So I'm going to be starting on the eyes next, which I'm really, really excited because Morrigan has very deep, sultry kind of purple eyeshadow, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a mix from Origins and Inquisition because it looks like Inquisition's makeup is pretty much the same as Origins, it's just darker. So I'm going to be starting with a base shade, and this is just something that I always do. If you have an eyeshadow primer, go ahead and do that, but my eyeshadow primer is actually dead and gross, and I haven't had the chance to go get some, and that's why I put a little bit of the Stila primer on my eyelids. Normally I would go in with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. That's the one I really, really like, but unfortunately, like I said, mine is kind of gross and dead, and I didn't realize that. So what I'm going to be doing first is going in with that Naked Basics palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Walk of Shame. And please don't be grossed out, but I use my fingers a lot, especially for base shades, and it's also because I don't have a lot of brushes. And I'm slowly collecting them, but Walk of Shame is very close to my skin tone, and like if you're darker than me it probably wouldn't work, but this is just what I like to use for a base shade, and I also find that it makes the eyeshadows really pop underneath. Alright, cool. So next, the shade that I'm going to use is out of the Stila palette. I'm going to be going in with Pigalle. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a really pretty palette. I don't honestly know if they make it anymore, but I'm going to be going in with that shade right there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pack that all on the lid. And don't worry if it gets a little messy because you can just go back in with concealer. Concealer is friend. And take that a little bit higher than, and go into your inner corner too. I know that kind of sounds really weird, but she has it like, almost like a ring around her eyes. Alright. I know it's really messy, but that's kind of like the base shade. Looking at pictures, it looks like it kind of comes down around the lash line as well. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush and kind of blend that around. Then I'm also going to take that and just kind of blend it into the crease as well. I really like these Stila eyeshadows. They're super pigmented. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a deeper purple, and it's Barefoot. Oh, yep, it's Barefoot. This one down here. I'm just going to go in and do the outer corner with that. And next I'm going to go into the Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette. Really like this palette. It's fantastic. I brought it to my last convention and it really worked quite well because I didn't need to do a lot for my Lavalin, Marion Hawk, and Warden cosplays, but it still did the job and still did what I needed to do. So I'm going to go in with Mancat, and it's a really nice deep purple. And I love the mirror on this. And I'm just going to go in and kind of darken that outer corner and that crease. And then, no, this looks weird, but I'm squishing it between my fingers and just kind of doing that. I know, I have really, really weird techniques for this kind of stuff, but it works. And just really make sure you take your time to blend. Blending is really, really critical in any makeup, unless the character has like really ridiculous unblended makeup. It's good to blend. I'm going to go in with this big fluffy brush, just kind of clean up all the edges. And I look like I'm from that, what was that zombie movie? It was really bad, and I can't remember what it was. It was the romance zombie movie, and I wish I could remember it right now. It was really dumb but hilarious, but that's what I look like right now. But we will be going in with some more eyeshadow and making it look good. So now I'm just going to go in with a smaller kind of pencil brush into the Swamp Curl palette into Big Baby. And I'm just going to take this under my eyebrows just a little bit. Don't go hog wild with it because you don't want to cover up the kind of higher crease. But this is just kind of clean up a little bit of the edges as well as highlight. And then I'm going to go in to the corner a little bit. And gonna be like, it didn't make any difference. I swear it did. I don't think it's coming up on camera, but I swear it did. I'm gonna take a smaller angled brush and just really pack that Mancat shade into the lower lash line to really darken things, because her lower lash line is really dark. Make sure it's all blended. Alright, now that looks good. Somewhat. So next I'm going to be putting black in my waterline and my upper lids, and I'm just going to be using the NYX eye and eyebrow pencil. It's just a standard black pencil. You can use whatever black eyeliner that you like. I've actually never used this pencil too. I actually really like it. Alright, so there's it in the waterline, and then I'm just going to take it to my upper lash line. Whew. Wow, this eye look makes my eyes look really, really green. Alright, and there we go. So now that the upper and lower lash lines are nice and lined with black, I'm going to be going in with some mascara. Now you can go a couple of different ways with this. You can do false lashes, you can do mascara, you can do whatever you like. I like to use the Lights Cameras Lashes by Tarte, and that works really well for me. But again, you can use whatever you like. Does anybody else make really weird faces when they put on mascara? I don't know what it is. It's like a universal thing for makeup wearers that when you're putting on mascara, you make really strange faces. Whew, there we go. They're so smoky. Alright, so I zoomed out just a little bit because the eyes are done, and now I'm going to just do some light contouring and some blush. But I like to work in layers too, so that's always my thing about making something look good. It's just I like to take my time with layers. I don't know why it looks so much darker up at the top. There we go. I'm going to take a little bit of Walk of Shame and just go down the middle of my nose to kind of clean that up. There we go. I'm going to go on a little bit with Naked 2 and Faint on a smaller fluffy brush. I know it's kind of weird to be doing it with such a small brush, but I just find that I get a lot more precision when I'm doing this. I'm just gonna blend. Make sure you really blend, especially cheek contours. Like, really take your time blending. It looks so much stronger on camera. Oh goodness. It looks way stronger on camera. That's hilarious. Because in my mirror, it does not look that strong. I'm just going to go in a little bit with Walk of Shame and just kind of tone that down a little bit. May even go on my face powder a little bit. Did anybody else just not like Morrigan in the beginning? Okay, did anybody who didn't romance Alistair not like him in the beginning? Because it seems like anybody who romanced Alistair, i.e. me, didn't like her in the beginning. But I really did like her. My original ward, my Mahariel, she became really good friends with her even though she romanced Alistair. Alistair's not perfect. I mean, he is perfect, but Alistair's not perfect either. He can say some pretty crummy things as well. But I love him dearly. I love all of them. I love the whole Origins crew. Honestly, I really love all of the characters, but 1 and 2 seem to be the characters that I really go for. Alright, there we go. That looks better. It's not as hard and heavy. So last but not least, I'm going in with the lips, and this is where I say I'm going a little bit more towards her Inquisition makeup than her Origins makeup, because her Inquisition makeup, her lips are a lot darker, but I still feel like they were kind of the same, but they darkened her makeup in Inquisition. So I'm going to be going in with the NYX Butter Lip Gloss in Block Party. It's really deep and really dark, and I really like it. I am not a dark lip wearer by any stretch, but I think I'm going to have to give it up to this one. It's a really pretty dark purple berry color almost. It's really, really pretty, and I really like it. If you have a lip liner, definitely go ahead and do that first. I just didn't get a lip liner for whatever reason for this. This lipstick is when I say make sure your lips are nice and hydrated, because it can really pick up some of your dry patches and dead skin. I know that's lovely. Alright, and the lips are done, and that completes the look. I know this really isn't Morrigan's hairstyle, but this black wig is about the only black wig that I own right now, and it's actually my Marion Hawk wig, and I just really wanted to see what the black wig would look like with it, and it actually looks really good. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do if you like. I have some ideas for other Dragon Age based videos, but I am going to start kind of branching out because I have some costume vlogs that I'd really like to do and a whole bunch of different stuff. So if you would like to keep on track with that, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!